Large cryptocurrency miners must report their energy use. Apple released an AI model that can edit images based on text-based commands. And ESPN standalone streaming service will launch by fall 2025. It's Thursday, February 8th, and this is Engadget News. The Biden administration recently announced that it would be requiring large cryptocurrency mining operations to report electricity usage via a press release from the Energy Information Administration. This follows concerns that the industry could pose a threat to the nation's electricity grids and hasten the impacts of climate change. To that end, the EIA has targeted 137 identified commercial cryptocurrency miners working in the U.S. These operations account for around 2.3% of national energy usage. This breaks down to 90 terawatt hours per year, which is more than Finland, Belgium, and Chile use in that same time period. That's a whole lot of energy for Shiba Inu branded internet money with no practical application. The data collection started this week. The survey aims to get a sense of the industry's growing demands and which parts of the country are the biggest crypto hotbeds, so as to refine policy later on. The EIA has already discovered that nearly 38% of all Bitcoin is mined in the U.S., which is up from 3.4% in 2020. The EIA went on to note that large crypto mining operations could strain the electricity grid during peak periods, force higher energy prices for average consumers, and negatively impact energy-related carbon dioxide emissions. Most of the electricity generated throughout the world comes from burning fossil fuels, and that process releases carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. The biggest mining operations in the country are scattered throughout 21 states, but largely clustered in Texas, Georgia, and New York. This is especially dangerous for Texans, as the state's energy grid is already notoriously fragile. It's not all doom and gloom in the crypto world. Back in 2022, Ethereum announced a software update to make mining Ether more eco-friendly. The Ethereum Foundation claims this reduces the carbon emissions of its mining operations by more than 99%. However, Ether accounts for just 17% of the global cryptocurrency market share. Apple is not one of the top players in the artificial intelligence game today, but the company's new open-source AI model for image editing shows what it's capable of contributing to the space. The model, called MLLM Guided Image Editing, which uses multimodal large language models to interpret text-based commands when manipulating images. In other words, the tool has the ability to edit photos based on the text the user types in. While it's not the first tool that can do so, human instructions are sometimes too brief for current models to capture and follow, the project's paper reads. The company developed guided image editing with researchers from the University of California, Santa Barbara. Multimodal large language models have the power to transform simple or ambiguous text prompts into more detailed and clear instructions the photo editor itself can follow. For instance, if a user wants to edit a photo of a pepperoni pizza to make it more healthy, say, MLLMs can interpret it as add vegetable toppings and edit the photo as such. In addition to making major changes to images, it can also crop, resize, and rotate photos, as well as improve its brightness, contrast, and color balance, all through text prompts. It can also edit specific areas of a photo and can, for instance, modify the hair, eyes, and clothes of a person in it, or remove elements in the background. As VentureBeat notes, Apple released the model through GitHub, but those interested can also try out a demo that's currently hosted on Hugging Face Spaces. Apple has yet to say whether it plans to use what it learns from this project into a tool or a feature that it can incorporate into any of its products. Disney CEO Bob Iger said a previously announced standalone ESPN streaming service will arrive by the fall of 2025. Iger said that the standalone ESPN offering will serve up the live games and studio programming that's currently available on a host of cable channels. What's more, the service will provide access to ESPN Bet and fantasy sports alongside detailed stats and shopping. These new details come a day after Disney announced it would team up with Fox and Warner Brothers Discovery on a combined sports streaming service this fall. This means that you'll actually be able to stream ESPN networks without a cable or other live TV subscription before Disney's own standalone service launches. However, the combo effort is sure to be more expensive as it mashes up all of these additional channels from Fox and Warner Brothers Discovery. Disney already offers ESPN Plus as an alternative to cable. The service makes live games available for streaming, but it does not provide access to action as it airs on ESPN networks. For that reason, ESPN Plus has been a complement to the cable channels. But Disney has not yet said how its services will exist after the fall of next year. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and additional articles at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism by contributors Lawrence Bonk, Mariella Moon, and Billy Steele. This episode was produced by Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day. I'll be back tomorrow with more tech news from Engadget.